Welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're going to take a look at creating this model. Now I'll give you kind of forewarning of what I tend to like to do when I create three-dimensional models is I like to create each individual piece of them. So what I mean by that is that I'm going to create this top portion here with its circles. I'm going to create this view here as well as with its slot, and I'm going to put them both together and we should have a completed model. Alright, so that's the plan. Let's go ahead and jump over to AutoCAD and get started. Okay, so we're going to turn off our grid here. Let's go ahead and put the ortho on. Let's go ahead and take a look at our running O-snaps. And we're going to take a look at our workspace, which I am using the 3D modeling one. Okay, now let's go ahead and start creating some of these shapes. So I'm going to start off with the rectangle. And I'll start off here, and this dimension should be 150, 90. Alright. I'll go ahead and place my circles on the inside of this. So I'm going to start off with a circle. So C, enter. Do a shift and right click, and I'm going to choose the from option. I'll go ahead and click on this endpoint here, and then I have to type in the at symbol, 20, 20, enter. And then I'll type in the diameter of this circle. So it's asking me for a radius, so D, enter, and then I'll type in the diameter of 20. Now there is a much quicker way of doing that. That's kind of more or less the advanced way of doing it. But if you want a simpler way of doing that, you can always select your UCS, move it here into position, and then I can go circle command, type in 20, 20, hit enter, and then type in D for diameter, and then type in 20. Right? So both of those methods will work, either one. Just with this method, you have to remember to go ahead and put the UCS back where it's located at. Alright, from here, I'll go ahead and use a rectangular array. I'm going to select this circle, go ahead and hit enter. And in here we have 2 columns and 2 rows. So I'll change both of those 2 numbers here at the top. Remember that the columns is the distance between each of the circles going horizontally. And so that distance here is going to be set to 110. And then the number that's going between each rows is going to be 50. I'm going to verify that the associativity is turned off, and then from this point I should be able to hit close array, and this view is actually done for us. Okay, next let's go ahead and create the other view. So I'm going to start off by drawing a line here, and I'm going to go straight across a distance of 150. I'll draw a line right from the middle of this one, going up at a distance of 80. Okay, from here I'll go ahead and put a circle at this center point, and it's going to have a radius of 25. Draw a line going from this corner, going up a distance of 20. And I was looking at that angle here. So I need to now create an angle that goes up at an angle of 30. But first, before I do that, I'm just going to draw a line going right down from this quadrant. Okay, now I need to draw a line going from here. And now I need this line to go up at a distance of 30 degrees. Remember that we can use this in our polar tracking here. So I'm just going to select the 30, 60, 90. And what that's going to do is it's going to lock my cursor when it comes up to the 30 degrees or the 60 degrees, right? So you can see here it's 30. If I keep going up, it's going to stop at 60. So I'm going to stop here at the 30 degrees, and I'm just going to bring it to where it intersects with my line here. Do a left click here, and now hit escape. Let's go ahead and put the fillet in here. We can use the fillet command if we want to, but in this case, I'm just going to make it simple for us. So we're just going to use F, enter, and that F stands for fillet. We'll type in the radius, so R, enter, 20. Let's try that again. Looks like something went out of place there. So F, enter, so I'm in the fillet command. I'll go and change my radius. In this case, I want to set it equal to 20. Go ahead and hit enter. And I'm just going to select these 2 lines here. All right, let's escape out of here. And I need to mirror these lines over to the other side. So I'll select them here, and then I'll use the mirror command. This is a 3D mirror. I'm looking for the 2D mirror, which happens to be a little 10p looking thing that looks just like this. So go ahead and select that. Now I'll just go from that endpoint going straight down to this endpoint. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of this line here in the middle, and we're going to go ahead and trim off this portion here. Let's go ahead and create another circle right at this center, and it's going to have a radius of 15. We're going to go ahead and copy this circle here from a base point here, and I'll go straight down a distance of 45.4. Let's escape out of that command. We'll draw a line now from that quadrant to this one, and then we'll do it again from this quadrant going down to this one. We'll do one final trim here, and that's going to get rid of these portions right in the middle. Remember that we're using AutoCAD 3D. Make sure all of this stuff is joined together. So I'm just going to put a window across it. Type in J, enter. Now it said that I made 2 polylines. So I'm assuming that this is my first one and this is my second one. Okay, now we have everything that we need to construct our 3-dimensional piece here. I just need to make sure that I realize which end is what. So closest to my UCS here is where the 20 starts, and it goes up that direction. Let's go ahead and do our extrusions, and both of these extrusions are going to be set to 10. So we'll go to extrude. We're going to select all of this. Go ahead and hit enter. And we can go either up or down a distance of 10. Okay. Let's take a look at doing some subtractions. So let's go to subtract. Remember, select the object you want to keep first. Go ahead and hit enter. And then select the object you want to subtract, which is that part. Okay, you're not seeing anything happen. But if I switch it over to shades of gray, which is what I'll do now just to show it to you, you'll see that that slot is cut on the inside of that. Let's go back to the subtract command. We're going to select the box here. Go ahead and hit enter. And then we're going to subtract the objects that we want to take out of it, which is going to be those 4 cylinders. Go ahead and hit enter. Okay, now make sure that we're out of 2D wireframe, and otherwise I can't use my gizmo. So if I select this object here, make sure that you're using the rotate gizmo. I'll select this red axis, and that should stand it up, right? Let's go ahead and put our ortho back on, just so we make sure that we'll lock it going straight up. And then we're just going to simply move this one from this endpoint to this endpoint. Okay, one last step that I need to do is that I need to join this stuff together. The join command is located here. And then we're just going to go ahead and select both of them and join it together. You should see that edge of this kind of blend in with it. That's how you know that it is joined together, right? So this part is now completed using 3D AutoCAD. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you got any comments or you like seeing these type of videos, or if this is your first time here, please hit the subscribe button. And as always, keep drafting, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.